I'm speaking with
Uday Gajendar, principal designer at Citrix.
Uday. We did a couple of interviews with you last year. You were so good, so I said we got to do it again. And I want to talk about design fundamentals, but specifically do's and don'ts. Let's start hitting with a couple of do's and don'ts on design.
Sure. The do's and don'ts are pretty simple when you think about it. They're kind of fundamental to how you want to create and craft a compelling interface that engages with users and helps them accomplish their daily tasks. So one of the don'ts is certainly cluttering up the screen with extraneous information, icons, buttons, and widgets that don't really serve the task very well. A do is certainly organizing the content, prioritizing it, and giving a sense of hierarchy, using elements like a grid, having a sense of color, typography, and of course using image elements that can really punctuate those core aspects of the interface that will help the user accomplish their task.
I know that there are some universal symbols for like play, stop, power on, things like that. Is there some kind of location I can go for all the universal symbols on those things?
Sure, there are various places on the web. I mean, various repositories, for icon repositories, and so forth. It's interesting. Those kinds of universal symbols, they have become universal in the course of time. They have become a lingua franca, a language that we have gotten used to. For example, those very clean monochromatic icons that you see on iOS devices, and you see them propagated Android and various other services and systems, including Metro. It's interesting. We take them for granted because we think that they are very popular and very commonplace, when in fact, it took a little bit of ingenuity and a little bit of cleverness in terms of crafting that symbol and then propagating it so that everyone can understand what they mean, and they become very commonplace.
One of the things I've heard about design is, follow the rules of design, but every now and then break one severely. Do you agree or disagree with that?
It's interesting. I would say yes, I do agree with that, but I think that the breakages around the rules, that occurs after you've established a baseline, after you've really gotten down and tightened up your typography, the grids, the color, the iconography, and all that kind of stuff. And then you can kind of play with things and kind of bend and break rules as you see fit. I think of it this way. The fundamentals of UI design, it's like a language. It's like grammar, if you will. So if you think about grammar school, right, you spend 7 or 8 years learning the grammar. Then when you get into college, you start to learn how to break those rules and create your own poetry and your own kind of prose style and rhetorical craftsmanship and so forth. So yeah, you can break those rules, but let's get the fundamentals straight first.
Uday, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.